Hello everyone! In this video we're going to draw a dragon. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the front part of the body. To draw the circle, first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a coin, a bottle cap, or anything else with a circular edge. On the bottom left side, draw a smaller circle as a guide for the back portion of the body. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle too. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also, pause the video to draw at your own pace. On the right side, draw another circle as a guide for the head. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle as well. First make 4 small marks to indicate the sides of the circle, and then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. This circle should be about half the size of the first circle. Draw a curved horizontal line inside the head. This is a construction guide that will help you place the facial features later on. On the top right side, draw a curved vertical line for another construction guide. On the right side of the head, draw a curved line as a guide for the top jaw. The left side of this line should extend inside the head. On the bottom part of the head, draw another curved line as a guide for the lower jaw. This guide should be similar to an upside-down arc. Connect the head to the body using short curved lines to create the guide for the neck. Connect the body circles using short sloping lines to finish the guide for the torso. On the left side of the body, draw a long curved line as a guide for the tail. Pay attention to the length of this line in relation to the body. Draw a curved line at the bottom to make the shape thicker. The base of the tail should be wide and the tip should be thin and pointy. On top of the body, draw a long angled line as a guide for the first wing. Bend the line near the middle and the top to indicate the joints. At the top, draw a line that angles to the left for the outer edge of the wing. On the right side, draw a similar line as a guide for the other wing. This line should start at the head and bend to the right. Pay attention to how this line bends to indicate the joints. Under the left body circle, draw a short angled line as a guide for the first hind leg. Bend this line twice in the middle to indicate the joints. To the right, draw a similar line as a guide for the other leg. Bend the line in the middle to indicate the joints. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, lightly sketch a small oval for the eye. Use the initial lines as guides to help you position the eye inside the head. When you get the size and position of the eye right, darken the shape. Make the sides of the eye pointier. On top of the eye, draw a short angled line for the brow. Draw a few small triangular shapes at the top for the spikes on the brow. Use the curved line on the right as a guide to draw the top jaw. Darken the path of the guide, but draw a small curved line at the top for the nostril. Follow the bottom edge of the guide to draw the first part of the open mouth. Draw the mouth using a wavy line along the path of the guide. Above the mouth, draw 2 small curved lines for the other nostril. Now draw a series of small V-shaped lines along the path of the mouth for the teeth. Make the teeth different sizes. Use the arc at the bottom as a guide to draw the lower jaw. Draw a curved line inside the shape for the open mouth. Darken the outer edges of the guides to create the lower jaw. Draw a series of small triangular shapes along the edge of the open mouth for more teeth. Add a few short lines inside the shape for the intersection of the lower jaw and the tongue. On the top right side of the head, draw a few small triangular shapes for the spikes on the other brow. On the top left side of the head, lightly sketch a long thin shape for the first horn. The base of the horn should be wide and the tip should be thin and pointy. You can make the horn longer or shorter if you'd like. When you get the shape right, darken the lines. Dragons are mythical creatures, so you can draw yours differently if you'd like. To the right, draw the other horn the same way. Make the shape wide at the bottom and thin and pointy at the top. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. This horn should be slightly smaller and thinner. On the left side of the head, draw a couple more triangular shapes for more horns. You can make these horns bigger or smaller or not include them at all. On top of the head, draw a few small triangular shapes for spikes. Darken the lines to the left of the head to create the neck. Extend the lines farther to the left so that they're inside the body. Draw a line near the bottom of the neck to separate the underside of the body. Draw short triangular shapes along the top part of the neck for more spikes. Add a long angled line to the wing on the left for the edge of the wing. This line should be very close to the tail. Draw a small pointy shape on the corner of the wing for a spike. Make the base of the spike round and the tip thin and pointy. Now darken the angled lines. Draw small spike-like shapes at the bottom of each line. Draw a few short lines between the angled lines for the middle section of the wing. The wing should have 3 pointy spikes at the bottom. Connect the shapes at the bottom using curved lines to create the lower edge of the wing. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shapes right. Darken the angled line that attaches to the body for the base of the wing. Make the shape more curved as you darken the line. Draw another angled line at the bottom to make the base of the wing thicker. Bend the shape so that it's similar to an arm. To the left, draw a long vertical line for another section on the wing. Make this shape slightly thicker by adding another line. Draw a couple of curved lines at the bottom to finish the lower edge of the wing. At the top, draw a sloping line for extra skin on the wing. Use the line on the right as a guide to draw the other wing in a similar way. Draw a small pointy shape at the top for a spike. Draw a few lines to make the shape slightly thicker. Draw a long sloping line that connects to the back for the top of the wing. Don't overlap the horns as you draw this line. Darken the angled line on the right for the outer edge of the wing. Draw an angled line next to it to make the shape thicker. Starting on the top corner, draw a couple of long angled lines to separate the sections on the wing. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shapes right. This shape should be similar to an upside down letter V. Make the shapes thicker by adding extra lines. The bottom tips of the shapes should be thin and pointy. At the bottom, connect the shapes using curved lines to finish the lower edge of the wing. Use the angled line that's under the body on the left side as a guide to draw the leg. Draw the shape of the leg around the guideline. Make the top part of the leg wide. Pay attention to how this shape bends to indicate the joints. The back portion of the leg will be overlapped by the front. Draw the foot along the lower section of the guideline. At the bottom, draw two small curved shapes for the toes. The tip of only one toe will be visible from this angle. Use the line on the right as a guide to draw the other leg the same way. Draw the shape of the leg around the guideline. Make this leg slightly smaller. Add the foot and the toes at the bottom. Draw a series of small triangular shapes on the top part of the body for the spikes on the back. Now darken the outer edges of the initial guidelines to create the shape of the body. Don't overlap the wings or legs as you darken the shape of the body. Draw a few short curved lines along the bottom part of the shape for the underside of the body. On the end of the tail, draw a small triangular shape for the spiky tip. On the top part of the tail, draw a series of small triangular shapes for more spikes. Draw a few small curved lines along the underside of the body for scales. Near the open mouth, draw a small curved shape for the fire. Make this shape wide and round on the right side and thin and pointy on the left side. Add a few small wavy spikes along the edges of the shape to indicate flames. Now go over the final lines with permanent ink. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long. Take your time and be careful when you ink your drawing to avoid any accidents. Don't ink the initial guidelines, only the final drawing. When the ink dries, erase all of the guidelines. Now color your drawing. Dragons are mythical creatures, so you can color yours however you'd like. For this look, use purple for the main part of the body, dark purple for the inner wings, horns and spikes, and light purple for the underside. Use dark brown for the inside of the mouth and red for the tongue. Use orange for the outer edges of the fire and yellow for the middle. Color lightly at first and gradually build up to darker colors. coloring can be time consuming, so be patient and take breaks. If you'd like, you can go over the lines again with ink. Keep coloring until you're happy with the result. And that's it for the dragon. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.